And welcome to another video. This is Miami CO, Indiana. Today I'm going to show you another heating option for small rooms, and it's called the Envi heater. That's the box it came in, and right there is the heater mounted on the wall. I'll take the box out of the way here in a second so you can see how it is mounted and how it looks. But this is a very low wattage convection heater made to heat very small spaces like bedrooms, bathrooms, or any small room, even a tiny house. These would be a great option as well. Let's look at a little bit about the Envi heater. This is a product made by a company called eHeat out of Texas. You can see in the top right hand corner where the American flag is, it is an American owned and built product. There's the features of it. It's economical and efficient. You can heat its room for as little as 4 cents an hour. I'll get into that in just a second. Allows zone heating, where you can heat just the areas that you want, the temperature that you want. This is what, though, got what I needed. It's ultra safe for kids and pets, which is very important in what the application I'm using this for. It's healthy because it doesn't have a fan, which means it's not going to blow a lot of dust around. It is totally silent, effective, simple to install, and I will attest it is very easy to install, and it's pretty stylish as well. So this is the box that came in, and this is the heater itself. As you see, I do have my kilowatt hooked up to it so we can see how many watts it's drawing. The Envi heater is not very big. It weighs about 10 pounds, and it mounts on the wall. All the hardware to mount it is included when you get the heater and open the box. It even has a template that helps you assist you on where to put the screws in the wall and the plates so you can mount it. First, I want to tell you that I was not able to use the template, and I'll explain that in my situation why. I'm going to open the box here. But that's the wrapper the heater came in. If you take this box apart, it's going to have holes for 6 foot above the floor and 8 foot above the floor. And that would be, of course, on both sides when you unfold that. And that's going to allow you to know where to put your holes so your heater is mounted at the right height and it's completely level. The reason I could not use the template, if you look down here, I have a very old house. My house is over 100 years old. It was built in 1910, so I guess that makes it 112 years old as the time of this film. And the baseboards are way too high from the floor up. This baseboard is 8 inches from the floor to the top. Even with the carpet, it's about 7 3/4 inches. So that eliminated any chance for me mounting it 6 inches off the floor. That would put it down here, which would not work. And 8 inches would put it almost right to the top of the baseboard. So I had to measure and go up a little bit in my situation. And mine's mounted about 11 inches from the carpet to the bottom of the heater. The reason why you want it low is cold air sinks, so you want to draw that cold air up into the heater to get heated and go up through the top. But most situations you're going to be able to use the mounting kit and mount it 6 to 8 inches from the floor. Just did not work in my particular situation. So let's take a look at the heater first. This is where the heat comes out. As you see, it's kind of slanted, so more of your heat comes up and out this way, and some of it does go right up the wall. Over here are your easy controls. That's the on-off button, and that is the thermostat. Can I take a close-up of that? You see I have it all the way up. When you do it clockwise, that's all the way up. This way would turn your thermostat down. I have it all the way up so it continuously runs so we can get a accurate temperature that it's producing, what the wall temperature is behind it, and how many watts it's using, which will look right here. So it's been on for a long period of time. The temperatures are in the 30s right now where I live. And it's rated at around 500 watts. It's using, as you can see, 518 watts. So what's the reason that I needed this heater in this room is because the cat I adopted lived in a shelter for over a year. He was always put in his own room and cage at night because he had issues being around the other cats, and he still wants to be in his own room. Thus, yeah, he's playing over here. Yeah, I got to move that plastic. Plastic's not good for cats to play with. But that's Kringle, so he has to be in this room with the door closed at night, or he's not a happy camper. And I heat my house with an infrared heater. So not doing this video, I wouldn't even have that heater on, the Envi on right now. The infrared heater blows in here and completely heats this room. But with the door closed, of course, that's not going to be an option. So I had to find a way to heat this room. I wanted something that was low energy, that would heat the room okay, and be safe for the cat. And I thought this was the best option. It doesn't take any space from the room, because this is a small room. It looks nice on the wall. So far, with temperatures down in the 20s, it has been able to keep the room at about 72 degrees is where I have it. Like I said, remember cats like it warm, so I try to keep it kind of warm for the cat. But it is stylish. It looks nice. So far, it's working great. I think this would be a very good option for people that want to just heat their bedroom in the nighttime. You have a cold bathroom. Or I think this would be a great for a tiny house. This is rated to heat about 130 to 150 square feet. So that's going to be a 10 by 15 room at the top end or under those measurements. This room I'm heating is only about 100 square feet. It's my office and now the cat room, which is approximately, this room is not very big. It's 10 by 10, so about 100 square feet. Here's what I was going to use, and I tell you why I didn't. That's a baseboard heater. You can run it on 750 or 1500. The problem is, you can see the discoloration even on top. That top metal gets extremely hot. So a little pawl on that would not be a good thing, or a toy that would flip on it could be a burn or a fire hazard. But I'm going to take a little toy here. Here's one of the cat toys. If the toy would even get flipped up in the air, as you can see, it's not going to stay up on this heater. And the temperature that comes out of here, which I'm going to get measurement for you, is not blistering hot. I can put my hand here. Now, am I going to keep my hand here forever? Nope, I'm not. But it's not going to burn me. That's not metal, that is plastic, and it's not going to cause a burn. So let's take some temperature readings. A lot of people are afraid of wall heaters. They think they get the wall too hot. Well, let's take a look with our Mr. Digital thermometer here and see what we get. First of all, let's see what we get on the outside of the unit. This unit's been running for hours. So we see the temperature of the outside is not anything scary at all. I think the highest I saw was about 120. So in other words, it's not too hot. You're not going to get burned. A child going up to this heater and touching the sides of it, a child going up to it and even touching the top are going to know that's hot. I'm going to move my hand away, but they're not going to get burned. Let's see what kind of heat we have right above the heater. So we'll go right above the heater on the wall. I'm going right above the wall there. As you can see, we're getting about that same thing, about 120 degrees. Go up further in the wall and it's going to get cooler. And we're only about 3 feet above the wall and we're already down to about 100 degrees. So it's not going to make your wall too hot. It's not. It's going to feel warm, and you're going to think, oh, that feels really warm. It's not too hot. It's not a danger. Lastly, let's see what kind of temperature we get right down in the unit itself. Yeah, I'm getting over 300s in this, which is pretty incredible. So you can see there, we're getting over 300 degree heating inside. This thing really does work. I was kind of wondering, with no fan, is there going to be enough convection going through the room to heat the room? And so far, have been impressed with temperatures down in the 20s. Of course, when winter hits, we're going to get a lot colder than that. So I'll probably have an update video letting you know if it's still working the way I want it to work, even with very, very cold temperatures like 10 degrees, 0 degrees, and that kind of temperatures, to see if it can still keep this room warm. So I really do like the heater. I will tell you, when you first turn the heater on, you're going to get a smell like you do with most heaters when you first use them. That smell only lasted a few hours. It was not terribly obnoxious, and now I smell absolutely nothing coming from the heater. So you are going to get that smell for the first few hours. So you may want to ventilate, open some windows or doors when you first use it. But I'm telling you, it doesn't last long. Secondly, it has a safety feature. If it would come off the wall, so if a child, a person, or an animal would knock this thing off the wall, it will automatically shut off. It has to be mounted to the wall. It has a clip that has to be engaged for it to work. So if it falls off the wall, it's going to go off. And it has overheat protection too. If it would become too hot internally, they will trip a switch that will turn the heater off as well. So I do believe it is safe. Now let's get back to the point saying that this heater can use as little as 4 cents an hour. Well, we're using approximately a half a kilowatt. That would be 500 watts, and that's about what this heater's pulling. So if you're paying, let's just take a 15 cents for a kilowatt of electricity, you would be using approximately half of that, or about 7.5 cents per hour to run this. However, once you get the thermostat set where you want it, it does not run continuously. It will click on and off to keep the temperature wherever you put the thermostat. And that's how it gets down to that about 4 cents an hour for operation. And I find that so far that it does not run all the time, because I've checked it when I've turned it on in the evening, and it does go off and on, off and on. Probably down in the 20s, it runs less than half of the time. I pay, by the way, 12 cents a kilowatt where I live, so I'm looking probably no more than the 4 cents an hour to run this, which is pretty economical for an electric heater. So far, I find it as a good product. Again, when it gets really cold, I'm going to do another video and update on it. So I'll give you some of the pros real quick and some of the cons. The pro is it's very nice looking. It has easy to use dial. It's very easy to mount. The cord, you see the cord has a storage here on the side. You push the cord up along here where it's protected and it's not hot, and that gets the extra cord out of your way, which is another great feature as well. The only con I can come up with this heater is it is pretty pricey. Now, you can get discounts on it if you go to the website. It's eheat.com, which is the company that sells these heaters. Look on the top of the website. There usually is a special where you can get a discount. As of this taping, which is fall of 2022, the normal retail price of this heater is $179.95, just to let you know. But you can get a discount off of that. Look at the top of the website. They usually have a special. So I did get a special on this one. It brought my cost down about $25, I believe, off of the retail price. So definitely look for that if you're interested in getting one of these. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I'm just telling you my personal opinion on the product and how it's working for me so far. So anyhow, that is my review on the Envi heater. Again, it weighs about 10 pounds, easy to install, easy to operate, and I think it's going to be what I need in this room when I have to close it off every night to keep the cat warm. So this is Miami CO, Indiana. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below and I'll make sure to get back with you. I hope you have a great day. Till next time.